Many traders spend months learning the markets, yet within a week, most of what they learned fades away. In contrast, traders in Japan follow the same daily structure for 10 years and remain profitable through every type of market. So what makes the difference? You've likely been there before. You take a painful loss, write in your journal, "I'll never do this again," and convince yourself the lesson is learned. Then a couple of weeks later, you repeat the exact same mistake. This isn't because you're careless or undisciplined. It's because memory doesn't work without structure. The brain keeps what feels important through repetition and lets everything else disappear. Here's the interesting part. In Tokyo, institutional traders handling billions rely on routines they've followed for over a decade. These routines aren't random habits. They're built around how the brain actually stores lessons and develops discipline. They don't work longer hours than Western traders, and they don't stare at charts all day. They simply organize their day to match how memory and focus truly function. Because of this, they retain every lesson. They don't repeat the same error twice. They stay composed during volatility that wipes out others. So how do they do it? And more importantly, how can you start using this approach tomorrow? If Japanese traders can stay profitable for 10 years using one rhythm, imagine what that level of discipline could do for your account. Most traders believe trading starts when the charts open. In Japan, the groundwork begins much earlier, often the moment they wake up. The reason is simple. Your brain isn't a switch you flip on at market open. It's more like soil. If you plant trades into a distracted, reactive mind, nothing grows. But when you prepare and clear that soil, everything starts to work smoothly. This is how Japanese traders prepare their mind each morning. Before even looking at charts, many step outside. This might look like wasted time, but in Japan they understand something many Western traders overlook. Stillness before action leads to clarity. Clarity strengthens memory. Memory builds discipline. Here's where T-shirt truly separates himself from losing traders. Instead of chasing new setups, he opens yesterday's trading journal. Not to read it, but to remember. He closes his eyes and asks himself what he saw, what he felt, what decisions he made, and why each trade succeeded or failed. This is called active recall, one of the strongest memory techniques in neuroscience. By forcing the brain to retrieve lessons before adding new information, he reinforces those neural pathways. It's like strength training for memory. David searches for new trades. Tisha revisits old lessons. After 1 month, David has placed 240 trades and remembers almost nothing. Tisha has taken only 12 trades and remembers every detail. One is collecting experience. The other is building wisdom. After recalling, Tisha writes just one sentence. Not a paragraph, one sentence. For example, pausing for 30 seconds before entry prevents most of my bad trades. That single sentence becomes an anchor for his brain. Then he sets one intention for the day, again in one sentence. Today I will count to 30 before every entry. No complex plans. No long lists. One focus his brain can remember under pressure. Even a short walk or light stretching near a window exposes the brain to natural light. That sunlight tells the brain it's time to wake up and focus. Scientifically, morning light triggers cortisol at the right time and resets your internal clock, leading to sharper decisions throughout the session. Some also do light movement, not intense workouts, just about 10 minutes. This increases blood flow to the brain. Research shows gentle movement can improve memory recall by around 20% and decision quality by roughly 15%. That 10-minute walk might be the difference between remembering yesterday's lesson or repeating yesterday's mistake. Now consider David, a typical Western trader. He wakes up 15 minutes before the market opens, grabs coffee, opens multiple charts, and starts hunting for setups. There's no preparation or review, just instant reaction. By the time he enters his first trade, his mind is already scattered. He doesn't remember why he lost yesterday because he never looked back. Now meet T-shirt, a Japanese institutional trader in Tokyo. He wakes up 90 minutes before the market opens, but for the first hour he doesn't touch a single chart. His routine is precise. At 5:30 a.m. he wakes up. No phone, no news, no charts, just silence. At 5:35, he takes a 10-minute walk outside, soaking in morning light and activating his brain. At 5:45, he returns home and sits quietly for 5 minutes. He isn't meditating, just breathing and clearing out yesterday's noise. By 6:15 a.m., he opens his charts. His mind is calm, clear, and grounded in yesterday's lessons. David is reactive and scattered. T-shirt is centered and deliberate. The market hasn't opened yet, but the outcome is already leaning in one direction. Japanese traders understand something many others don't. Mornings aren't about collecting information. They're about preparing the mind that will hold that information. Think of your mind like a glass. If the glass is dirty or cracked, even pure water is wasted. Skipping the morning routine leaves your mind unable to hold what the market offers. Their routine cleans the glass. Light, movement, stillness, recall, attention. These aren't productivity tricks. They're memory preparation. By the time T-shirt places his first trade, his brain is already primed to remember it. David's brain is still waking up, still distracted, still repeating mistakes without realizing it. The Japanese morning isn't about doing more. It's about preparing better. And the result is knowledge that sticks, lessons that compound, and discipline that lasts. In the afternoon, most traders treat the market like a battlefield. Hours of non-stop chart watching powered by caffeine and adrenaline. Japanese traders follow a different rhythm. They don't fight their biology. They work with it. Instead of sitting for 6 straight hours, they trade in focus blocks. T-shirt trades for 90 minutes, then takes a 15-minute break. Not to relax, but to let his brain process. Focus comes in cycles. When attention dips, Western traders push harder. Japanese traders step away. A short walk, light stretching, or simply looking outside may feel unproductive, but science shows otherwise. Right after a decision, the hippocampus replays that experience in the background. While resting, the brain is organizing and locking in lessons. Compare Sarah and Hiroshi. Sarah sits at her desk from morning to afternoon without breaks. By mid-afternoon, she's exhausted and making emotional decisions. She finishes the day with many trades and little clarity. Hiroshi trades in intervals, stepping away every 90 minutes. By the end of the day, he's taken fewer trades but higher quality ones, and finishes profitable. The difference isn't intelligence. It's rhythm. The best trades don't come from watching more. They come from waiting better. And waiting requires a rested mind. A tired mind chases. A rested mind chooses. In Japan, there's a concept called ma, the space between things. In music, silence creates beauty. In trading, the space between trades creates profit. Western traders fear empty space. Japanese traders thrive in it. Another key difference is spaced repetition. Instead of learning once and moving on, Japanese traders revisit lessons at set intervals. Day 1, Day 2, Day 4, Day 7. Each recall strengthens the memory until it becomes automatic. One trader remembers a lesson for life. Another relearns it every month. Food also plays a role. Japanese traders eat for clarity, not comfort. Light meals keep energy stable and the mind sharp. Heavy meals lead to fog and poor decisions. Trading performance depends on the body as much as the mind. When the market closes, the day isn't over in Japan. The evening is just as important. This is when the brain decides what to keep and what to erase. Instead of shutting down immediately, traders do a short review, about 15 to 20 minutes. T-shirt asks himself 3 questions. What did I do well today that I want to remember? What mistake do I never want to repeat? And if I could remember only one thing from today, what would it be? These questions force clarity and prioritization. Reviewing before sleep tells the brain this information matters. During sleep, those lessons are replayed and stored long-term. Without review, the brain never hits save. Sleep itself is treated as sacred. Screens go off early. Evenings are calm. Deep sleep allows the brain to organize lessons and discard noise. Without it, memory consolidation breaks down. Before bed, T-shirt sets one small intention for tomorrow. Not 10 goals, just one. One clear focus beats 10 vague promises every time. He also spends a few minutes in complete stillness, allowing the mind to transition into rest. Japanese traders understand a simple truth. Greatness doesn't come from intensity. It comes from rhythm. Calm mornings, structured afternoons, intentional evenings, restorative nights. They aren't superhuman. They don't have secret strategies. They have alignment. And when you repeat this rhythm day after day, lessons don't fade. They become automatic. So instead of blaming yourself for lack of discipline, ask a better question. What if it's not you, but the way you're doing it? Try just one small change tomorrow. A few minutes of morning light. One recalled lesson. An earlier screen off time. Do it once. Notice the difference. Let rhythm handle the rest. Because the future doesn't belong to those who trade harder. It belongs to those who trade smarter. And that can be you starting tonight.